Hello, and welcome back to the DearToMeKnits podcast, a nonsense podcast, kind of about knitting with no reliable upload schedule whatsoever. I am Dearney. You can find me on Instagram and Ravelry at DearToMeKnits, and that's pretty much all my socials because I'm a boring old lady. Time to play around. Yeah, I just got back from vacation this morning. It's whatever time it is in the afternoon, like 3 in the afternoon. And yeah, we drove all night and got home at like 1 in the morning and went to sleep and then drove from my mom's home. So it was a really good trip. We did a lot of swimming. We got like an Airbnb type thing with a pool. And mostly just hung out there, cooked, and drank and swam. And it was a lot of fun. I got to spend a lot of time with my nieces, who I love so much. And the kids all got to play, and they didn't have school, obviously, spring break. So they took full advantage of that and basically played video games like nonstop. Yeah, it was a pretty laid back trip, with the Rona and everything. We weren't really looking to go around a bunch of people, but we still wanted to have the experience of, being in a warm place and hanging out by the water and stuff. So that did the trick. We were pretty happy with it. So cool beans. I got quite a bit of knitting done on the drive there and back. While we were there, I didn't really get to do much. I spent most of my time in the pool or holding the baby. So that's pretty much all I did while I was there. But in the car rides, definitely, yes, I got quite a bit done. So before we even left, actually, let's roll back a little bit. Almost as soon as I finished recording last episode, I decided I hate my son's tank top so much, and I do not want, and I don't even want to mess with it. So I ripped it out and restarted it, and the tank top pattern that I used for his very first tank top was called the Kismet tank, and it's actually a girl's tank. It has some shaping built in to make it a little A-line, but I just knit it for him without the shaping, so it was just straight up and down. So I showed him the picture and was like, hey, listen, I don't like the one that I was making before. Do you like this one? Well, the original photo for the pattern has stripes. So he was like, yeah, I like stripes. And I was like, well, no, it'll be one color, but do you like this tank top? And he was like, yeah, I like the stripes. And I was like, all right, so I guess we're making a striped tank top now. So I had to dig through my scraps and find some yarn to stripe with, and what we came up with is this. So once again, it looks entirely too short. It looks very stocky, and I don't like it. I could easily make it into a tank top for myself if these arms were big enough, but it is too short on his actual body, which means that I can block it a little long, and that should solve that problem. And the same with the armholes. They're much stretchier than the last one, and so they should stretch out nice and long, and this should stretch out and kind of thin out a little bit and be nice. So like I said, this is a Kismet tank. Off the top of my head, I do not remember the designer, but I will make sure to put that in. So it just has a garter, a hem, and then you stripe it up. I did 8 row stripes, I think. It says to do 10 row stripes in the pattern. I don't know why I chose 8 row stripes. That's just what I did. I sort of just looked at the pattern to see how many stitches to cast on and went from there. Just kind of made it up as I went. So it has you slip stitches to make this nice little I-cord edging on the sleeve. And then you graft the shoulders and then do an I-cord border around the neck, which I did wrong, so it does look like a crochet border, but I don't care. So I haven't woven in the ends or blocked it. I was supposed to do that on the car ride, but we got a later start than I expected, so there wasn't as much daylight as I was hoping. So I just did something that I could do without looking at it, which leads me to this, which is the I don't want to say matching, but we'll say coordinating tank top that I cast on for my niece. And it is so cute. I'm basically making this up as I go along. I did use the right number of cast on stitches from the Kismet tank pattern. But then it just went off the rails. Like, I'm doing whatever the frick I want with it. So I did a very short little garter hem, and then I did these hearts with the same blue yarn that I used for my son's tank top. This yarn is the Babo colorway by Beauty Mark Yarn. It is a custom colorway that she dyed especially for my son. And these hearts are out of Oink Pigments in, I want to say, like Blackberry Bramble colorway or something like that. That could totally be wrong. I do not have the band anymore, but I will look back through some of my finished project notes and see if I can find it, and put it on screen and in the show notes. But yeah, so I went ahead and did several more decreases than the pattern calls for to make it a little bit more skirty of a shirt. And then I did a decrease round. I think I decreased every 8 stitches around the waist. And then I split for the front and back, and I'm going to do this lattice pattern and sort of make a bit of a pinafore shape. Hang on, I'm trying to find the edge of this so I can hold it out better. I'm doing this lattice pattern, and it's gonna be sort of like go up like this in the front and the same in the back, and then I'll do a fold over hem, probably with a little picot. You know, you knit some and then do a yarn over, knit 2 together, row, and then knit some more, and when you fold it over it makes a cute little picot hem. So I'll do that on the front and the back, and then thread an I-cord through it and tie it like on the shoulders. I haven't decided whether I just want to do one or both. I'm kind of thinking both, but I'm really excited about it. That's where I'm at with it right now, and I might change my mind about 100 times between now and then, but as for right now, that is my plan. So I'm very, very, very excited. I love when I can just be like, you know what sounds good? This, let's do it, and just make it, and not have to follow a pattern, just sort of see if I like it. I end up ripping out like a million times, but it's a lot of fun because, you know, you see something in your brain and then make it, and it's a thing. That's pretty cool to me. So I worked on that, and I cast that on about halfway, well, probably about 2/3 of the way to Florida on the way there, and then I knit it a lot of the way back as well. And basically none while I was there, because it was just, we're having too much fun. I put 2 or 3 rows on my daughter's Regia socks. I tried to knit these in the dark, but it was just a little too fine. And also there are some increases for the gusset on the heel, and I was having a hard time telling when it was an increase row and all that stuff. So I just decided to set these aside. So I didn't get much done on them. But my project that was really easy and fun to work on in the dark was this one. And this is my hand spun out of some merino top from Kim Dye's Yarn. Could not tell you the colorway. I'm very sorry about that. I'm looking at this and wondering what is going on. Oh, I just had my needles crossed and it accidentally slipped. So I just need to slip that back. And so I am knitting this. This is a Breeze Racer back tank. And it is wrinkly from being in the bag. I'm knitting this English style instead of, I usually hold my yarn in my right hand, or my left hand, so I'm holding it in my right hand. And that makes it easier for me to knit in the dark. I feel like it's just easier to, of course, now that I try to do it on camera, it's gonna be hard because I'm like paying too much attention to myself and I'll mess up. But it's just a lot easier to knit in the dark this way. I feel like I don't split my stitches and I don't accidentally mess up or drop anything. I just feel like I've got a better handle on stuff like that. So I'm just knitting the body at this point. I don't have any fancy stuff going on. It's just stockinette, stockinette, stockinette. So I started this before we left for Florida, quite a bit, probably just a couple days after I recorded last episode. But I did the bulk of this while we were driving in the dark to and from Florida. So I did take this is a project I did quite a while ago. This is a mess. This is a Ripple crop top by Jessie May. I love Jessie May. And I have like 3 of these already. But I brought it along because I was thinking if I was just not feeling any of the stuff that I had, I need to rip back to the back bind off and redo it because, I mean, as you can see, there's no stretch in it at all. And so when I put it on, I'm afraid that I'm going to end up breaking the yarn trying to pull it on, and then it's not stretchy enough. So I need to go back and redo this bind off in something a little stretchier. So that is on my to-do list because it's going to start getting warmer, and I wear, like, these are pretty much the only thing I wear in the summertime. They're so comfy and so cute. They're just my favorite. So I'm definitely going to try and get that done before too long. And that is it for works in progress and nearly finished objects. I did get, oh shoot, I should have this. Hang on a second. I wanted to have this for comparison. Okay. I got the yarn in the mail that I'm going to pair with my mohair from Beauty Mark Yarn to make my Love Note sweater. So this is them together. And as you can see, these colors right here just really, I mean, they go so perfectly together. But, you know, all this fuchsia and purple is really going to pop against it. Nothing is going to get lost. So I'm really, really excited about that. And it's going to take everything I have to finish what I'm doing before I cast it on. But I'm going to try because both of my niece and my son are both like, my tank top, my tank top, my tank top. So they're ready. They're ready to be matchy-matchy. They love to match. My mom got them matching pajamas for Christmas with pink dinosaurs on them because my son's favorite color is pink. So it was very cute. I haven't gotten to do much spinning. I was mostly dealing with the kids' school and then getting the house ready and getting our, everything packed and ready to go for Florida. Sorry, I'm gonna yawn because I am still so tired. I need a nap so bad. I didn't really get a lot done, and I don't have a lot to show, unfortunately. I wanted to go to a yarn shop in Florida, but they were all quite a ways, like quite a drive away from where we were staying, and we never really left for anything at all. We had groceries delivered to the house, so we honestly just stayed in the house, which was just fine for us. As long as there's a pool and booze in the fridge, that's all you need. I have some photos and maybe a video or two, depending on how silly I want to show you, of our time in Florida, and some like in progress photos of the projects that I've got that I just showed you. So I will make sure to post those, and I think that's it. So I hope you enjoyed this little shorty episode of the podcast, and I will catch you guys next time, whenever that is. And yeah, there's no corny way to say you're all so dear to me. I couldn't work it in. I'm sorry. But you are. I love you all. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.
Sharon, just wait.